HubSpot just launched AI agents, and today we're going to take a quick look at them. I'll show you how to test agents inside HubSpot, how to publish them, and customize how they work without getting lost in every single option there. HubSpot is rolling out new agents all the time, so instead of trying to cover everything that's out there, we're going to focus on just a couple of examples. Hi, I'm Talita. I'm a HubSpot consultant and trainer, and my goal here is to help you understand how Breeze agents work so you can confidently explore the rest on your own. Quick note before we jump in. At the time of recording this video, AI agents are available on HubSpot Professional and Enterprise plans only. Okay, let's get started. Now I want to introduce you to something new inside HubSpot, which is called Breeze Agents. Breeze Agents are located here. This is a paid feature inside HubSpot, okay? HubSpot Professional plans and Enterprise plans will grant access to Breeze Agents. Starter plans, not as of now, but I'm adding some reading for you on Breeze Agents so that you can take a look at whether this feature is included for your plan or not. I'm just adding this because HubSpot keeps changing this kind of stuff, to each plan, these features are available. And so as of now, this is what's valid. The easiest way to think about Breeze Agents is they are AI-powered teammates that live inside HubSpot and help you run real workflows instead of just, creating text or answering random questions. So these agents are designed to actually do work across marketing, sales, customer service, using your CRM data, content, your rules. Instead of you doing stuff manually, or even, instead of creating classic automations, as an example, Breeze agents can handle full tasks from start to finish. So HubSpot groups all of these items, under something called Breeze Studio, which is basically the place where you discover, customize, and manage your AI agents. AI agents inside HubSpot are role-based. So each agent has a specific job, just like a real team member. For example, here we have the customer agent. The customer agent is focused on customer support. This agent can answer customer questions, resolve common issues, escalate conversations, and stuff like that. We also have prospecting agent located here. It acts like a BDR, right? So it researches leads, looks at signals in your CRM, helps write outreach emails in your brand voice, stuff like that. There is a closing agent, there is a knowledge base agent. So they're based on roles that you typically have in the business. So I'm going to give you a quick overview of a few different agents. How can you choose which agent you're going to try out? I would do it this way. Identify where your team is slow or overloaded, things like writing content, answering repetitive questions, or qualifying leads. Then you can choose the right agent from the Breeze marketplace here. Remember that you can also customize those agents inside Breeze Studio, so they match your business and they don't just go doing a bunch of random things, okay? We're going to talk about that. So let's move forward. Let's take a look at a few examples of different Breeze agents that you can use. So once again, Breeze agents are paid features inside HubSpot. It might be the case that HubSpot launches a few agents that are available also for free plans. This is changing every day. So here you'll have to, be a little bit patient with me. I'll add some rating for you on Breeze agents every single day. There's new agents coming up and they are changing agents. Some agents are in beta. Depending on when you're watching this video here, they won't be anymore. So just have in mind that you have to do some reading there to find out what's available in your plan. Okay, so I want to show you two agents that are really easy to use, really easy to get started with inside the Breeze Studio. I want to get started with the company research agent, which is located, let's just browse the marketplace to find it. The company research agent is located here, and it would do the exact same type of task that your team members would work on, in terms of researching a company for prospecting reasons, right? If you're in a B2B environment. And this agent, as of now, once again, it's in beta. All you have to do is click to edit. If by any chance you don't really see a button saying add, it's probably because you don't have the right permissions or the right plan. Okay, so if you do have the right plan, but you don't have the right permissions, you have to click to request your super admin to give you access to agents. Okay, that can be the case as well, just so that you know. Good, I'm gonna go ahead and add this to my account. So what the company research agent does is pretty self-explanatory, right? You're going to add a company here, and the agent will do some research about the company, including funding, profile, news, information about the company available online and things like that. You do have an option to configure this agent according to your business profile. Honestly, I think that the prompt that is in here, I was reading it earlier, it's actually really good. It's very, very comprehensive. Of course, you can, run this prompt through another AI add a few bits on your business profile and all that, but the actual prompt suggestion that is in here is great. I really, really like it. We're gonna test it out and you're going to see that it gives me a very comprehensive profile of a business. You can add extra instructions here as well. This is what the agent does. So it looks for information online. It researches the company webpage, summarizes records, as in if we have things going on for that company, right? Deals, we have communications, and that company is in our system. The agent will add this as well, and research company news online and all that. And this agent can be automated. So this is what's cool about the agent. You can set it up in a way that it triggers every single time a new company gets added to the system, something like that. Before we go there, let's just go ahead and test it out. I want to test this agent together with you. And I'm going to just leave this prompt here as it is, because once again, I really, really liked it. I think it's a great prompt. Later on, you can test it out with me as well. Later on, you can change the prompt however you want. The instructions, what I mean, right? Good. I'm going to go ahead with this example here. So let's just get the agent to do some research on HubSpot.com. So what the agent will do is the agent will prepare a business profile from HubSpot.com. You have to give it some time, perhaps go have a coffee, have a snack, and then you come back to your to the agent's work here and you check what it did. Last time it took no more than 2 minutes or something like that. I have a tea here, so I'm all set. It's actually pretty cool to see what the agent is doing. So the user input, what we are providing to the agent is the domain name HubSpot.com. We can see that the agent is researching HubSpot online, right? It's gathering sources from the internet. It's creating a company overview. It's also taking a look at whether that company is associated with records in our own CRM. So it prepared a profile here and it has a lot of information. It has a lot of information added to it. So this is what you get when you're testing out the agent. I'm gonna do publish this agent. We're going to do another test and then you'll see the end result. The format will change a little bit, you'll see. Let me just publish this here. We're gonna run it and I'm just gonna run it with the same example. So let's just go HubSpot.com. You'll see that the agent, when it's live, right, when it's active, the agent will prepare a briefing in a really nice format that you can export, you can share with your team members and so on. Before publishing an agent, I would always recommend you to test it out, okay? So that's a good practice when it comes to working with AI agents, not only HubSpot's agents, any agents really. You wanna test them out before you publish them and you start actually using them, especially agents that do stuff in the lines of sending emails and things like that. Perfect. So the visual output that we get it looks much better, doesn't it, than in the test run. So we prepared an executive summary for us here on the company HubSpot.com. It also prepared a quick business profile, location, right, year of when it was founded, number of employees. It gathered recent news about the company as well, last 6 to 7 months. It created a box with products and services. It created a box with industry and competitive landscape, created a box with customers and market. So a lot of information. And what's cool about it is that it correlates with information that you have in your own CRM. So here it's actually saying, look, at the end of the day, we don't really have anything going on for HubSpot.com right now, right? We don't have any deals going on for them. We don't have any internal CRM data for this company here. And so that's basically it. I can give you more, right? Basically, it would be able to give me more insights if we had, data for that specific company in the system. It's going to be tricky for me to show you this part here because we're working with fictional contacts who work at fictional businesses, right? But yes, you get the idea here. So the company CRM research option would definitely give you information on how everything that you have in here can help you out with your own efforts, with your sales efforts, right? In terms of recent meetings that we had with them, insights on emails or calls and things like that. And this is based on my company profile as well, right? I have information inside my own company profile, which is inside settings, is one of the very first things that we did in the beginning of this course here. So anyway, this kind of stuff here, you can actually export this as a PDF. You can also share this with a team member, right? With your manager or something like that. And I really like the format of it. I think it makes everything very visual, very digestible. And remember that, once again, you can configure the prompt itself so that it gives exactly what you want, considering your own business profile, and you can also automate the agent. So what we did right now is we run the agent manually, right? I went to that screen and I clicked on run agent. Now, what if we want to automate this agent, meaning something triggers the agent to do its job? You can add a trigger such as, for example, a new company gets added to the system, something like that. This is kind of like a little bit more advanced. I'll be 100% honest here, but just so that you know, when you're creating workflows inside HubSpot, you have the ability to trigger something from a new record created in the CRM. I talk about this in my course, HubSpot for Marketing, Automation, and Reporting. And in this case here, how this could work, a new company gets added to the system, right? The record company gets added to the system. And then this in itself triggers the agent here. Trigger AI agent with a new domain, right? Or a new company name on record creation, meaning a new record got added to the system. So this in itself, it's almost like a workflow. This would trigger my agent to do its job and provide the briefing that we saw just now. Without going too much into details, the company research agent is a great option to have if you're spending a lot of manual time prospecting, doing research on companies. The agent helps you save a lot of time and it helps your team make more informed decisions. Let's go ahead and let's play around a little bit with another agent. Let me just click to browse the marketplace. This is how we find agents as of now, time of recording this video here. There is a customer health agent. It assesses customer health and suggests next best actions. Something that typically the sales team would be spending time on, right? Assessing current customer information, seeing what else we could offer them, if there are any other deals we could work on, and just basically next steps, really. So let me just go ahead and let me add this beta agent here. Good. So now what the agent needs is the company ID of the record that we're talking about. Where do we find company ID? In order to do this, we have to head to the actual CRM. So I went to my CRM. I'm looking at a specific company here, Dunder Mifflin, associated with a contact called Michael Scott. Maybe you're familiar with them. And let's find the ID of this specific company here. The ID is located inside a property called ID. So if you just click to view all properties, head to the ID property, there will be a number there. You can simply copy that number and paste into the customer health agent here. Good. Let's just go ahead and let's run it. Just for you to have some context, this company here is associated with a deal called CRM Management Project worth $7,000. Good. Let's see what's going to give us. It's very similar to the customer research agent in terms of UI here, right? There are other agents that have a little bit of a different interface. Obviously, this is all fictional data here, right? Of course, I don't really have calls, I don't have email exchanges or anything like that because this is all fictional. When you are running this agent using real business data, you'll see much better insights, honestly. So it identified that we have a deal for that company. And it's going to suggest a series of next steps. While it does that, let me just talk to you about agents. So agents, they focus on very specific tasks, right? And that's how I recommend you to use agents in general, whether you're looking at HubSpot or outside of HubSpot, right? Whenever you're working with AI agents, focus on very, very specific tasks. Don't try and get an agent to do a lot of different things at the same time. It's going to get confused and the outcome will be bad. So I'm comparing HubSpot with other tools for AI agents that I use, and yes, go ahead with specific tasks for your agents. So here it provided me with a summary, account health summary, risk grade. It's basically telling me that the risk grade is neutral. We have an active open deal in early stage. No calls were logged, obviously, right? In my case, it makes total sense. Interpretation, early stage relationship with momentum, sales opportunity. So once again, when you have real business data and email exchanges and calls and all that, the agent will give you much better information. In my case, it didn't really give me much just because it's all fictional. It would take quite some time for me to keep on sending emails to myself and calling myself just to be able to show you this. I hope you understand. The customer health agent is a great time saver here. It works on a task that typically the sales team would be working on, or perhaps other teams, right, in the business. Someone in the business would typically be looking at current customers, trying to identify additional opportunities we could explore there. So with this, we finalize this section on agents. Look, there's much more to explore here. I was actually playing around with the social post agent earlier today as well, which is located here. The social post agent basically creates social media content for you based on events and things you have on your calendar. There is the prospecting agent. There are so many different types of agents you can explore. Make sure that you have the right level of access to use an agent, and make sure that the agent in itself, it's included in your plan. Other than that, feel free to go ahead, test as much as you want. All you have to do is add the agent and test it out before you publish it. And that's pretty much it. HubSpot has been adding a lot when it comes to AI, so I definitely suggest you to explore this section here if you have access to it.
And that's it. You now know how to access, test, publish, and customize HubSpot AI agents and how they can support your marketing, sales, and service teams. If this tutorial was helpful, please like the video, subscribe for more HubSpot and AI tutorials, and drop a comment telling me which task you would hand off to an AI agent first. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.